When most people think of unique American cities, they think of places like San Francisco with its incredible hills, New York with its density, New Orleans with its music. But there's one city that's very different from every other. So different that it defies all the typical categories. That's Georgetown, Texas, where I am right now. My name's Stuart Sutton, and I've helped buyers and sellers in Georgetown, Texas for over 3 decades. Today, I'm going to show you the characteristics that make Georgetown unlike any other place in the country. I'm going to share features you won't find in any other American city. And the single most remarkable geological fact about this city that explains almost everything else on the list. Georgetown, Texas has surpassed 100,000 residents as of 2025. That's nearly a 50% increase in population in just 5 years. It's been named the fastest growing city in the United States multiple times since 2015. But that growth didn't happen by accident. It didn't happen because Georgetown is just another suburb, the kind of place where every strip mall has a nail salon and mattress store, and a smoothie shop that's mysteriously always empty. It happened because Georgetown is structurally, historically, and geologically unlike any other city. Most cities are built around one thing: a port, a river, a railroad, a technology hub. Georgetown was built around almost none of those conventional advantages, and yet here it is, one of the fastest growing, most in-demand cities in the country. Apparently nobody told Georgetown it wasn't supposed to work out this way. What I'm going to show you today are 10 specific characteristics that no other American city can claim. Some of them are quirky, some of them are genuinely fascinating. The one I'm saving for last explains why Georgetown exists at all and why it's completely different the moment you cross into it from pretty much any direction. And it's not the barbecue, though that doesn't hurt. Again, I'm Stuart Sutton, and I help you make smart, confident moves based on what's actually happening locally, not what the national headlines are yelling about. So let's get into it. There's one city in America where every spring the streets turn literally red. Not because of a festival decoration, not because of a marketing campaign, because of a World War I soldier named Henry Pearl Compton, who sent poppy seeds home from Europe to his mother on East 7th Street in Georgetown, Texas. And those seeds spread through the entire city and never stopped. On April 25th, 1990, the Texas legislature officially certified Georgetown as a red poppy capital of Texas. That's a formal legislative designation, and no other city in the U.S. holds it. What's remarkable is that they don't actually reseed naturally and bloom on their own in most American climates. Georgetown is described as one of the only places in the entire country where red poppies do exactly that every year without human intervention. And you know this story from your dad told you. The birds spread the seeds, the bees do their work, and come springtime, the whole city looks like a painting. Nature decided Georgetown was worth the effort. The 27th Annual Red Poppy Festival in 2026 drew visitors from across Texas to downtown Georgetown. The count in 2025 alone was over 75,000 people in Georgetown for the festival. And for someone relocating here to Georgetown, Texas, this really needs 2 things. First, you're moving to a city with a genuine identity, not a manufactured brand, but a 100-year-old living tradition. Second, that festival infrastructure drives foot traffic, supports local businesses, and creates a kind of community energy that most suburbs spend decades trying to build and usually fail. Now, this is truly a unique feature. Georgetown, Texas is a city built over an Ice Age cave system. Most people move to Georgetown for the hill country views, 55-plus retirement lifestyles. A few of them realize there's an entire Ice Age world directly beneath the highway they drive over every single day. In the spring of 1963, the Texas Highway Department was drilling core samples to build an overpass for Interstate 35 right here, and what they found underneath the drill bit was not bedrock, it was a cave. A massive multi-mile prehistoric cave system that had been completely hidden for thousands of years. Imagine explaining that one back at the office. That cave is the Inner Space Caverns. It's nearly 5 miles, 4.76 miles of passageways directly under I-35, making it the 5th biggest cave in Texas. The state opened it to the public in 1966, and it's been drawing visitors ever since. Here's what makes it genuinely extraordinary. 95% of its formations are still active and growing right now. And inside, researchers have found the remains of mammoths, saber-toothed cats, ground sloths, armadillos the size of a car. That last one shouldn't surprise you. We're in Texas. No other American city of Georgetown size has anything like this sitting under its main corridor. For families relocating here, it draws about 45,000 school kids per year. It really is a world-class educational attraction that most cities would build a museum district around. And Georgetown has it naturally, a geological accident. The highway crew just stumbled onto it, and the city said, sure, let's put a gift shop there. Now, this next one, it's really a surprise. Now, every one of these features tells you something important about what Georgetown actually is. But knowing the city is different from knowing which part of Georgetown fits your specific situation. If you're thinking about retiring near Austin or moving closer to family in Georgetown, I put together a free resource called the Ultimate Retirement Guide for Georgetown, Texas. It covers the housing options, Texas property taxes, 55-plus communities, the weather, restaurants, everything you need to know to make a confident decision before you ever set on a plane or start that long car drive. There's no hassle, no obligation. The link's in the description below. Now on to the next one. Georgetown, Texas is home to the oldest university in Texas. Georgetown's oldest institution was founded before Texas was even a state. Southwestern University was established in 1840 and chartered by the Republic of Texas. It's the oldest college university in the state of Texas, with continuous, unbroken operations since its founding. That's 185 years of uninterrupted academic life right here in Georgetown. That's frankly an absurd amount of history for a place people keep calling a suburb. For context, Texas didn't join the United States until 1845. Southwestern was already 5 years old and had graduated entire classes of students before Texas decided to show up to the party. It's also the second oldest co-educational liberal arts college west of the Mississippi. And in January 2010, it became the first university in Texas to have all of its electricity supplied by wind power. The university holds the distinction of hosting the very first homecoming celebration ever held anywhere in the world. It took place on April 21st, 1909, right here in Georgetown, Texas at Gabriel Park. For relocating buyers, this matters more than it might seem because the University of Southwestern's age and character affects and anchors the city in a way that 30 residential suburbs can't replicate. Georgetown's world-class parks and trail system. The city maintains 74 parks across 1,254 acres, with over 22 miles of hike and bike trails woven within the city. That's not typical. In fact, for a city that's been growing by nearly 50% in the past 5 years, it's genuinely rare. Most cities at this growth rate are busy paving things, not preserving them. The centerpiece is Gary Park. It's the largest park in Georgetown at over 500 acres of hill country landscape. Inside, you'll find a playground, splash pad, dog park, equestrian arena, fishing ponds, the Gary House event facility, pavilions, picnic shelters, and more. And there are 7 miles of hiking and equestrian trails right within the park. That's a single park that most suburbs would be proud to have as their entire park system. But we also have San Gabriel Park, over 180 acres of pavilions and playgrounds, and it's a place where 75,000 plus people gather for major events. But Georgetown is also home to the Goodwater Loop, also called the San Gabriel River Trail. It's a 26-mile rugged trail for hikers and mountain bikers. It's 26 miles long. That's not a trail. That's a commitment. It's one of the only 2 trails in the entire state of Texas with an International Mountain Bicycling Association EPIC designation. For someone relocating from a state with natural beauty or outdoor recreation as a lifestyle, Georgetown offers something that most Texas suburbs just can't match. World-class trails right in your backyard. No 3-hour drive required. That's a remarkable amenity advantage for a city of Georgetown's size. Speaking of advantages, this next one is one of a kind. Sun City, Texas, the largest 55-plus community in the entire state. Georgetown, Texas doesn't just have a retirement community, it's got the biggest one in Texas. Everything really is bigger in Texas, and including, apparently, retirement. Sun City, Texas spans more than 4,000 acres. Some sources put the full build-out footprint at over 5,300 acres. And a full build-out's going to include about 10,500 homes. There are currently over 9,000 homes already built and occupied. The amenities include 3 18-hole championship courses and a 9-hole on the way. There's more than 86,000 feet of indoor amenity space, 8 resort-style pools, over 12 miles of nature trails within the community itself. Sun City was named Georgetown Chamber of Commerce Large Business of the Year for 2025. And Georgetown's median age since noticeably higher than comparable Texas suburbs, largely driven by the Sun City population. It gives the city a demographic profile that shapes everything from local services to restaurant culture to how the community actually governs itself. There's really no comparable community at this scale anywhere else in Central Texas. The next nearest equivalent is a fraction of its size. There are other great 55-plus communities, but Sun City isn't really competing because it's in a category all by itself. The buyers I work with coming from, well, pretty much all over the U.S. and even the world, many of whom are making a retirement move or are relocating to be near family, Sun City's often the first thing on their list. And the extent of what's here surprises almost everyone who visits for the first time. They come expecting a quiet place to wind down, and they leave wondering if they can keep up. Now, the next feature, truly one of a kind. Georgetown, Texas has the most beautiful town square in Texas. In a country where small town downtowns have been hollowed out by online retail or swallowed by chain stores, Georgetown Square is doing something genuinely rare. In 1997, Georgetown became the first city in Texas to be awarded the Great American Main Street Award, the highest honor given by Main Street America, the national organization dedicated to historic commercial district preservation. First in Texas. Not bad for a city that people keep discovering for the first time. The downtown district is about a 40-block historic area with more than 180 intact Victorian-era buildings. 3 separate national Register Historic Districts. The centerpiece is the Beaux Arts Williamson County Courthouse. It was started in 1911 and sits at the heart of the square. It's appeared in major film and television productions, including What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Dazed and Confused, Friday Night Lights, Varsity Blues, and the HBO series Love and Death. In 2018, the American Planning Association named historic downtown Georgetown a great neighborhood, citing the 40-block district specifically. Georgetown's preservation guidelines and its downtown overlaying district are the model for how to do this right. Today, the square features over 40 retail shops, over 45 restaurants, art galleries, 3 wine tasting rooms. Most fast-growing cities of 100,000 or more don't have a historic core like this. They have strip malls and chain corridors and a Chili's that everybody pretends is good. Georgetown has a nationally recognized, formally preserved, cinematically filmed downtown that's been drawing people for over a century. It's a fact that Georgetown is America's most consistent growth story. It isn't growing fast now. It's been the fastest growing city in the United States for about a decade. At some point, it stops being a hot streak and starts being a personality trait. Georgetown first appeared on the U.S. Census Bureau's fastest growing cities in 2015. It topped the list again in 2016 and again in 2022. Between 2020 and 2025, Georgetown added 46,000 new residents approximately, more total residents than any other city in the United States over that same period. Think about that. The city's population grew by nearly 50% in that 5-year period, reaching just over 101,000. Williamson County, Georgetown's home county, added nearly 24,000 residents between July 24 and July 25 alone, ranking it 9th among all U.S. counties for total new residents in a single year. This county is growing so fast that the Welcome to Georgetown signs are basically a revolving door at this point. And here's the one that really puts it in perspective. In 2023, the census said that more than twice as many people moved to Georgetown as to Austin. Most people understand growth as a vague positive, but what I've watched as someone who's been here during this market for over 3 decades is sustained, consistent growth in what it actually produces. Infrastructure, expanding services, a strengthened commercial tax base, and that's critical for anyone buying property here. A real estate market is structural demand that doesn't evaporate between cycles. That's the part the national headlines don't cover. They're too busy writing about Austin, and this is the part that matters the most to the people I work with. You definitely won't see information like this anywhere else. And this unique feature is one of my favorites because so few people are aware of it. Georgetown has more homes on an acre or more than anywhere in Central Texas. You know, people from all over the country ask me what they can get in Georgetown that they couldn't get at home. And this is it. You can hardly believe what you can get on an acre or more. There are more 1 acre plus properties in the market at any given time than anywhere in the Central Texas area. It's not a marketing claim. It's actually a structural characteristic of the land inventory here in Georgetown, and it's rooted in the city's historical development patterns. And it's why your future backyard might be the size of a small ranch. There are many established neighborhoods that consistently feature lots from 1 to 5 acres. These actually have no HOA, let that sink in. No HOA means you can park your boat on your property, you can build an RV garage, you can build a workshop. Now there are also highly restricted HOA 1 acre plus property. There are 1 acre plus neighborhoods outside the city with very low taxes, and there are 1 acre plus neighborhoods in the city of Georgetown with city services. People coming from Westwell usually think that a 1/4 acre is generous and find an acre or more really hard to believe. And there is inventory to choose from. There are usually over 100 homes in the market at any given time on an acre or more in Georgetown, Texas. That doesn't even include those on 1/2 an acre. And what's great about it is that you're never too far from downtown Georgetown, parks and trails, all the things that make Georgetown incredible. The large lots here aren't isolated. They sit close enough to everything that you can take advantage of everything. A lot of agents sell Georgetown, but few truly understand Georgetown real estate, the way this market needs to be understood. And the 1 Acre Plus market is a very special part of the Georgetown, Texas real estate environment. There are 2 rivers that run through Georgetown, Texas, the North San Gabriel and the South San Gabriel. Also several creeks and streams as well. Lots of lovely settings. The North Fork is a little larger and more heavily managed of the 2 forks of the San Gabriel. Now the lake and the dam are owned by the U.S. government and operated by the Army Corps of Engineers for water supply, flood control, and recreation. Due to massive floods in 1913 and 1921, I'm going to try to say this once, the Brazos River Conservation and Reclamation District began planning a dam on the San Gabriel River. So take a wild guess as when it started. You're right, 1972, and it was completed in 1980. It's a rock-filled dam with a length of 6,947 feet and a height of 165 feet. The lake now provides up to 2 million gallons of water daily for Georgetown and to Round Rock. The lake channel is about 8 miles long and has a scenic shoreline of about 25 miles. And we've talked about the Goodwater Loop, which goes around the lake. The South San Gabriel supports the famous Blue Hole. It's a tranquil lagoon on the South Fork of the San Gabriel. It's been a staple for locals and tourists to cool off during the hot summer months for decades. Now it is surrounded by limestone bluffs, and they filter that water into a very beautiful turquoise shade. The park uses the South Fork of the San Gabriel, which is dammed up, to create a sizable body of water that's clear and blue against the limestone. So below that first dam is a smaller pool with cascades, which is nice for families with younger children. The waterfall actually has 3 levels. The first level, just above the top waterfall, can get up to about 7 feet. The second level comes up to about ankle height, and the third level just barely covers your feet. Now, because of those 2 rivers, there are many home sites that sit on waterfront sites with lovely views. And many have, wait for it, because I learned this in real estate school a long time ago and I hardly ever get to use it. Many of these homes have riparian rights, meaning they own into the river. But there aren't any homes on Lake Georgetown because it is Army Corps of Engineer control. But there are homes that back up to the Army Corps of Engineer land and have lovely views of the lake. And that makes it nice because you know it's always going to be private behind you. These rivers and the lake add to the beauty, ambiance, and the recreation in Georgetown, Texas. You know, I can't even begin to count the number of times that we've taken day trips or an overnight trip from Georgetown to a close-by adventure in Central Texas. Science says that our planet is perfectly located in the universe to support life. Well, it seems Georgetown, Texas is perfectly located in Central Texas to support day trips. My wife and I have been to Waco so many times for a day trip because the zoo, a Baylor football game, Baylor basketball game. Saletto's even closer, 20 minutes, and has some of the best antique shopping and food around. I'm standing right here at I-35, which is where you usually start. World famous barbecue can be had close by as well in Elgin or Lockhart, because both are less than an hour away. And Lockhart has had pretty nice antique shopping of its own. German food, Floating and Friends, and a world famous water park are just up the road, about an hour and a half from here in New Braunfels. And of course, everybody knows about Kerrville, Fredericksburg. They've been long-time destinations for day travelers, one-nighters for many, many years. Even San Antonio is an easy 2-hour drive. It's about the same distance to Houston, actually. I know it sounds too good to be true, but you can make a day trip every week for quite some time from Georgetown, Texas. And remember, Georgetown is actually a day trip for everybody else, and it could be for you too. And if you live in Georgetown, that's an easy day trip because there's so much to do here, including several of the things we've covered on this video. These 10 characteristics exist nowhere else in this combination in any American city. A 100-year botanical tradition, a prehistoric cave beneath a major highway, 2 rivers running through a town of just over 100,000, a world-class parks and trail system that grows with the city instead of shrinking. It includes one of the only 2 trails in Texas defined as epic, the largest 55-plus community in the state, a nationally awarded historic town square, the most consistent growth record in the United States, more acreage homes than any other Texas suburb, and a location where you can take day trips all year round if you want. Understanding these unique features matters before you decide where to put down roots, because you're not just choosing a city, you're choosing all of this, which admittedly is a lot to throw at someone who just wanted to watch this video to see how the traffic was. But if you did find this useful, use the link below to download the free Ultimate Retirement Guide for Georgetown, Texas, or call or text. I'm a little old-fashioned. I do return my own calls and texts personally, and we'll map out exactly which part of Georgetown fits your situation. I'm honored you take the time to watch, and remember, it's your choice, so make it a powerful day.